coming up on At Your Leisure.
This week, Chad and I have got an exciting getaway that's close to home, affordable, and best of all, there's something fun for everyone in the family, no matter what age.
Then, we're getting back on the trail to visit Tooele Valley as we show you another great area to get out and enjoy the outdoors. Have a great ride, all while staying safe and having fun.
Finally, Reece Stein is at it again, and this time he's in search of a rare desert tortoise that lives in the Red Cliffs outside of St. George. It's all headed your way now. At Your Leisure is next.
It's kind of like the beaches resort in the mountains. It's all inclusive. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we are at the Reid Ranch out here in Duchesne County. And you talk about beautiful. Wow.
For the guy that's got the pocketbook, it's beautiful too because it's an all-inclusive experience. Whether you just come up for the day, or whether you come up for 5 days, the ranch covers all of the costs. So you pay one fee for your room, and it includes the 3 meals a day, the snacks, the bonfires, the mountain bike rental, the horseback rides,
everything. Every excursion is included, and it is so affordable and so spectacular. I mean, I wish I would have known this when my little girl was little. I would have been up here every weekend.
Well, and same with me.
Right on.
So we could talk about it and tell you all the fun things to do, but I'd much rather show you.
Let's go. Well, there's nothing more beautiful than a pool in the Quakies. This is amazing.
You dream about this in those like Sunset magazine pictures of the house up in the mountains.
Right?
But literally, you're surrounded by Quakies. This is so much fun.
I mean, you got this beautiful mountain breeze coming at you. It's gorgeous.
I agree. I think we should stay here.
Oh, for sure, like forever.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll hire us.
Oh, that would be fun.
Go home on the weekend.
Right? Yeah. You never want to go home. The kids are having a ball. Nice.
Well, when we come up here, we always have our family reunion. We get to see cousins that we don't get to see otherwise. So it's good to strengthen bonds with one another and just have a fun time. It's like a Disneyland vacation, but there's no lines. You just get to go wherever you want.
I like mountain biking with him. We went up the other day just by ourselves on the trail. It was pretty fun.
We love Reid Ranch!
Woo! They even have mountain bikes and awesome mountain bike trails, by the way. Amazing wildlife. And you know what? Speaking of wildlife, I wonder where Chad is. I hear galloping.
Can't get this thing to gallop. Go, go, go. Thanks, Rhea. Anyway, if I had a choice of doing something all day long up here in the nice mountain air, it probably would be on a horse. I just love horseback rides through the woods. Grew up doing it every summer at my uncle's place in the Tetons. So, oh yeah, you're bored. I know you want to ride. Anyway, it's time for us to break away from here and catch our next adventure. It's far away from the Reid Ranch, but it is pretty exciting. Here's our where to.
Where do you go when you want to experience world-class recreation, scratch that off-road itch, and see historic sites all less than an hour from Salt Lake City? The answer is plain and simple, and it's right next door in Tooele County. With so much to do, so close to home, you'll want to make this your weekend trip all season long.
We have got just hundreds and hundreds of miles, thousands of square miles out here in Tooele County, away from people, safely distanced. Beautiful scenery as you see behind me here. And it's so close. I mean, you don't have to spend all day driving to Tooele County in order to get out on the trail and do what you want to do with your machine. You can be on the trail so quickly. And you just come to a trailhead. We've got several of them. We've got a great trails map that highlight all the great places that you can ride legally and safely. You're right on the trail in no time. So within an hour, you could be from the Wasatch Front and on the trail with the machine that you bought. Get out here and have a great day.
County Commissioner and longtime local Kendall Thomas knows that Tooele County is an excellent place to take the family out for a day of adventure and discovery, and knows some unique locations you can see as well.
I grew up here in the Rush Valley in Stockton, up on these mountains that are east of Stockton here, Jacob City Trail Loop, the Ophir Loop, and many of these roads we travel on are old mining roads. And so there's rich history, and that's part of the goodness of these mountains is we can come and share that mountain. So where we stopped at first is the trailhead on the Jacob City Loop. And we stopped there and we unloaded and we come up to visit a couple of the mine sites. And now we're here at the Commodore Cabin. And just on the back side of us to the south is at Jacob City. And they mined a lot of lead and silver. It's a good hour ride. If you stop and explore, which we hope you do, then it'll take a little longer. But it's really close. And it's close to the Wasatch Front. It's good when you come here.
These trails are favorites of many people throughout the state, and it's not hard to see why.
One of my favorite places to come. I've been coming here for about 35 years. And we did the loop trail over on the south of Loafer that goes over to Mercer. And looked down into Mercer and then told my friend Dave, I says, hey, you want a little more of a challenge? Let's get up into the high mines over on the north end. So we love it. We love it up here. We're up here in the pines. Beautiful, beautiful. If you like the mining aspect of things, which I do, I like rides like this that add a little to the ride, you know, that it's not just the forest and the trees.
Just don't forget when you visit Tooele County to stop in town to some of their homegrown local establishments.
This is special because we're still hometown, maybe a little redneck, but we're proud of who we are, our cultures, and our history that we have in mining and outdoor recreation. So
there is so much to do in Tooele County that you should be packing your bags immediately. But with how close it is to the city, you won't even need to. Just head to visitTooeleCounty.com to see everything they've got in store, and then get your trailer to be on Tooele's off-road trails in the blink of an eye. For At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Anthony Lujan, host of the Pitmasters Podcast.
And I'm Rusty Monson, host of the Pitmasters Podcast as well.
What are we cooking today, Rusty?
So we're going to do a chuck roast. We got this idea from Caitlin McCleary. She does Kate's Meats and Meals. It's a Mississippi pot roast. It's kind of interesting. We're going to use a Dutch oven today with this. Again, we're using Yardley's meat. They've been around for 160 years. They're out of Beaver, Utah. It's a grass-fed product, so it's a little smaller than you're going to see in your grocery stores. And you know, it's local around here. You can just walk down and see where your meat comes from. But let's get started on Anthony. I guess today what we're going to do, our first step is kind of take off that edge there. So this is kind of a silver skin. You don't really want that. It doesn't do any good. It kind of hinders your flavor. So we're just going to kind of get rid of that.
And then we're going to put some seasoning on this. This is Hooks Rubs and Spices Midnight. This is kind of a little bit of a twist. Most of my videos I tell you guys to go heavy on this, but we're just actually just gonna hit this just lightly. This is the one only time I think you'll catch me saying using a rub lightly.
Especially on big meats.
Yeah, especially on big meats. So we're just gonna literally just give this a little dusting, nothing too serious.
And then we're going to kind of smoke it a little bit on our Salt City drum. Our Salt City Drum Smokers are a local company. They make drum smokers. It's one of our favorite products to use.
Alrighty, we're gonna put this on the Salt City Drum Smoker here. Just put this probe right in the middle, lay it on the grill, and then we'll see it in a couple hours. All right, guys, we have had our pot roast on the smoker for about 2 hours or so. We've got a good smoke on them. Now we're gonna sear them off. I'm gonna go grab those off the smoker. Rusty's gonna talk to you about time and what we're about to do next.
All right, so on this PK, we've got the top of our Dutch oven, and we're running about 400 degrees, a little over, which is fine. All we're looking for here is a sear on all ends of the chuck roast, and that's gonna seal your juices in. Put some butter in there, and then he's gonna bring those over and just kind of sear them off. It doesn't take a long time. Literally gonna be like 5 seconds each side. You just wanna get a good, especially that it's smoked, they already have a good crust on them. So what you're just trying to do is just give a little bit more on that, and then we'll throw them in that pot there.
I do have a full stick of butter in here.
And then you're gonna pour some pepperoncinis right here, about a whole bottle of them on there. And then just a simple ranch packet, just dry ranch. That's all you're gonna use. Throw that in there. So he's adding the seared juices inside, so it's going to add a little bit of flavor too. And then we're gonna cook it off low and slow until it's about 202 degrees or until it's pork, what we like to call pork tender.
Let's get this back on the Salt City drum smoker and finish it out. All right, guys, we're gonna pull this pot roast off that's been in here, what do you think, about 5-6 hours, Rusty?
About that, yeah, I would say.
Bring it on over here to the table and see what we got.
Got that?
Got that. Look at that steam rolling out of there. All righty. Look at that fall off the bone. That's what I'm talking about.
That's how you know it's done, is when that bone is nice and clean, so.
Yeah. Here you go, a little bit of pepper on it.
Heck yeah.
Get a little bit here too.
That smoke gives a good flavor to it. The ranch and pepperoncini's got a good, oh, it's got a lot of it.
Oh man.
It's like a firework in your mouth. It's good.
That's awesome. Alrighty, well thanks for watching. We'll be right back with At Your Leisure.
Thank you.
Okay, Rhea, I just figured something out. Now I know why they call it the Reid Ranch. Yeah, because the shoreline's full of reeds.
Exactly.
What do you think?
And yes, they are, and beautiful blue dragonflies.
I know, they match the boat.
Exactly.
Good thing.
It's so pretty. You know, when we pull into this place, everybody's smiling. The babies, the moms, the dads, grandma, grandpa, I don't care who it is. This is just a happy place.
Well, you know what? It could be the new happiest place on earth.
There you go.
New theme song.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, somebody's not going to like that, but
we'll have to think of the theme song.
that'll be our motto. This is the happiest place on earth. Anyway, let's find out if we're alone in that opinion. Talk to some of the people that are up here visiting.
We're up here at Reid Ranch, hanging out at the lake. We got to have a lot of fun boating experiences out on the canoe. We actually tipped ourselves in, unfortunately, and had to go swimming too.
Just love that we get to come out here and have a break. There's not a ton of people, and we get to do a lot of fun activities at the lake, with the horses, all kinds of things. So yeah, we just wanted to come out here and have fun as a family.
I love being outside in nature, so this is like definitely home to me. It's just so nice out here and so quiet. Like not as much noise from what we're used to in city life, I guess.
So we have been coming out to Reid Ranch for the last 34 years, my family, since the year I was born, and we love it. It's tradition. We looked forward to this every summer when I was a kid, and we've grown up. We now have children of our own, and now they look forward to coming up here the same way we do. And it's just wonderful to get out of the city, get away up in the mountains where it's quiet and peaceful, and you get to just enjoy time together as a family.
We have the trading post, which is really fun. That's where everyone goes and gets their shaved ice. You can rent out sports equipment. We have our souvenir shop, which is right next door. It's really fun. And it's exactly that. You just have souvenirs, which is cool. And then the dining hall is for everyone. So again, it's all inclusive. So they come in, they can just have their food. I think it's really important to be an all-inclusive resort because it gives people opportunities to do many things. There's some resorts you go and you have to pay for every single thing, regardless of the actual payment of going. And that's just a lot of out of people's pocket, I think. And so to actually be able to come up and say, I want to do everything is really a wonderful opportunity for people to have. There are many different activities up here, which is awesome. We have horseback riding, of course, here's Frodo right here. And then we have our mountain biking, we have our lakefront activities, which is kayaking, paddle boating, as well as canoeing. We have archery, we have sports activities, and we have a lot of variety. So we could go hiking, you can do frisbee golf, so all around we have a lot of opportunities.
There's just no end to the activities that you can enjoy up here, and I think that's the best part about it.
Woo! Way to go, Chad Booth. You're just an old mountain man.
You know, the fun thing about this place is you can do whatever you want all day long. So if you want to, you don't get 1 hour at the mountain bike, and you don't get one ride on the horse. You get one shot at the archer. You just want to keep going, you just keep going, which is good because it's taken me like 10 arrows just to get on the target.
That's good old-fashioned fun up here. It is. It's vintage fun. It's great.
Well, right now, while I play yet another round of archery, it's time for you to go to this week's Along the Way.
Sponsored by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure at the Red Cliffs Desert Preserve just outside St. George in search of the rare desert tortoise. And while live ones are hard to find, we did find this petrified turtle carved into the sandstone.
The Red Cliffs Reserve stretches for 20 miles across Washington County, from Laverton on the east to beyond Ivins on the west. It's a vast open space, perfect for getting outdoors while maintaining social distancing and staying safe.
Well, the Red Cliffs Desert Reserve is an area in southern Utah that's been set aside as a reserve for the desert tortoise, really, but it really satisfies the habitat needs for a lot of desert creatures like Gila monsters and all kinds of lizards and snakes.
We're following wildlife photographer Lynn Chamberlain and his son Alex in search of the threatened and protected desert tortoises. We find several dens, but no other sign of the critters. We found them in the past, and Lynn provided us with pictures from previous trips.
The desert tortoise is a fascinating creature. They only come out of the burrows just for a very short period of time, basically twice a year, once in the spring to kind of feed and rejuvenate from being hibernating all the winter, and then again in the fall to feed and to breed.
This 62,000-acre reserve protects valuable tortoise habitat while still allowing some recreational uses.
You know, the desert reserve is really nice because there are several roads that go into it and a lot of hiking trails. If you want to go for a good hike or a horseback ride, there are plenty of places to go and do that.
Many of the trails make for exciting mountain biking, and horse lovers have made the reserve a year-round destination.
It's amazing. It's so beautiful. I ride here all winter, and these preserves they're quiet and peaceful, and you see so much plant life. In spring, and we hit the cactus bloom just perfect, and so everything, the desert's in bloom. And the colors are off the charts.
This section of the reserve, just north of St. George, is popular for hikers and rock climbers. This wall has many great handholds and permanent anchors for ropes. The area east of Interstate 80 near Leeds is dotted with historical ruins of a 19th century silver mill. We found plenty of lizards enjoying the early spring day, and Alex says the highlight of his many trips here was finding this special lizard.
Full-grown Gila monster. We came down the road last year and saw one just out foraging for food or looking for a den.
What's cool about Gila monsters?
Oh, what's not cool about Gila monsters? They're the largest lizard that we have around here. They're very, very colorful, very beautiful. There's also kind of the coolness factor because they're dangerous.
The Highway Department has asked permission to build a 4-lane highway through a portion of the reserve. Opponents fear the new highway would pave 153 acres of critical tortoise habitat and fragment the area with the most tortoises in the reserve. The Bureau of Land Management is still studying its plan. You can add your 2 cents worth when public comment opens later this summer.
You know, people come to southern Utah because of what we have here, and if we aren't wise about keeping the attributes and the things around that make this area unique, like the wildlife and like the desert, then it's kind of defeats the purpose of coming here in the first place.
Reece Stein at your leisure along the way in the Red Cliffs Desert Reserve near St. George.
So Chad, is this how this is supposed to go? Like, you're supposed to wear it like this?
Exactly. That's just the way you're supposed to wear it, Daniel. Here, complete the ensemble.
Danielle. It's Danielle.
Boone. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the pea shooter. Or what is it, Cork Shooter? This thing is awesome.
Cork Shooter.
This is a great gift shop, by the way, for big people and little people.
They have lots of fun stuff in here. They have few necessities if you forgot your toothpaste, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But they got some really cute, unique gifts, like the horse. Now, I'm going to name this horse Triggered.
Trigger?
And see how many people get upset at it.
I think it's Trigger, right?
No, mine's going to be Triggered.
That's great. Where are we going next, you crazy man? Where are we going next?
I think it's time for us right now to pick our sticker winner for the week. They'll be triggered with excitement.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on social media by Kevin Ray, and it looks like Kevin is the lucky winner of a Clearly Tough windshield for his rig. Clearly Tough offers the strongest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more information. Congratulations, Kevin, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, Scott Huntsman is joining Kurt Miles and Jake Anderson from Slick Rock Productions, but they're not taking their usual side-by-side trip. This time, the mission is surfing, and the location is one you'll want to see, but not nearly as much as Scott trying to surf. Then, we're getting out on the trail for another great off-road ride back in time. We joined the 1950s, when off-road machines were just being dreamt of. One manufacturer embarked on a quest that literally would help create the industry, and we get to join some of these legendary machines in Moab. Finally, Reece and Marianne are visiting the European Balkan Peninsula. They're going to give you a new gauge to measure your vacation by. It's measured in stone and forests. Find out where they're at and what Balkan adventures could await you. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, August 7th through the 10th is the Paiute ATV Jamboree in Marysville. Come fire, come flood, they are continuing with it and they expect to have a great time. We just checked with them. Plenty of great trails left to ride, so come down and join the great fun, food, and games. Visit PaiuteJam.com for more information. Then, August 13th through the 17th is the Bryce Panguitch ATV Rally just down the road a bit, which is a great way to bring your machine down and experience some amazing red rock scenery. Visit BryceCanyonCountry.com for more information.
You know, next week's show looks great, Rhea, but I'm afraid I might just miss it.
Why?
Because I'm going to be sitting right here looking out over this beautiful valley up in the mountains.
Spectacular. Do you mind if I join you?
No, please do.
Yeah. Reid Ranch is where you guys want to be if you want to have any type of, like, getting away from it all. This is where it's at.
Yeah, 22 miles up a gravel-graded road away. It was so far away from the highway you couldn't hear anything.
Right.
And the prices are just what astounds me. If you were to buy park hopper passes, you would pay more just for the passes for your family of four for one day than it would cost you for 3 days here with everything.
Yeah, and you just keep doing the same stuff over and over again. It's just like you could be in the pool all day, ride horses all day, mountain bike all day. It's just, it's unbelievable.
You just don't get bored. So once again, we've proven to you that there is adventure around every bend. We've just shown you another one.
You just got to get out there and create your own Duchesne County adventure.
At your leisure.
Thanks.